That's awesome.
From Spontaneously Combustible Studio in Cleveland, Ohio, presented by Permanently Geek, this is Uncovered. And Kevin is listening to the smooth sounds of my voice through those headphones right now. I'm not sure he's ever gonna...
Huh?
What?
Oh, are we on?
Yeah, we're shooting an episode right now. So my name is Michael McFarland. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Kevin Conaway. So this is the show where we compare original versions of songs and cover versions of those same songs and disagree about which is better.
True.
And when we don't disagree, we worry because we figure that there's something wrong in the world.
Probably should disagree.
Exactly. So we do not know what song is under this piece of cloth. It has been selected by our producer here at Permanently Geek. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Conaway?
Sure. Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Ahaha!
Ooh, interesting.
Tainted Love. So we've got the soft cell version, which is the cover, and we've got the original, which is apparently by Gloria Jones.
Apparently.
All right, this is going to be interesting.
This will be interesting.
I'm not sure I knew that Soft Cell didn't originally do this.
I knew that it was a cover, but I honestly don't know if I've ever heard the original, though.
Okay.
So,
I mean, if you'd asked me what Uncovered would do with the song Tainted Love, I would have told you, oh, we'll do Soft Cell and Marilyn Manson, which is apparently
That's
not
true,
the case.
Yeah.
So we're going to listen to both of these songs in their entirety. You'll only hear short clips, and we will be right back.
Once I read to you, now I run from you. The tender love you're giving, I give you all. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given.
There's some tomfoolery afoot here.
I should have just left it. Damn it.
But what if you picked what I picked?
It would have been hilarious, though, if I didn't pick what you actually picked and you reveal it and go, wait a minute.
I'm like, hold on a second. So in case you didn't catch what just happened, that was Kevin trying to cheat.
I confess to it. I couldn't believe it actually worked.
What? It's not like we've been doing this show for like 17 episodes so far.
Right?
How am I supposed to know how things work around here?
It's like, there's no way this is actually going to work. It'll get a good laugh, though. Oh, my God, it worked. He didn't notice.
So we're back. If you haven't been watching the show previous to this, what we were just doing was we were selecting which song we thought was better, which version, and then making a guess at what we thought one another would think was the better version.
Yes.
So we've been keeping track of this all along, and at this point I believe the score is 13 to 8. Yes, yeah, so 13 to 8.
Yeah, I'm not doing so good.
Kevin's been promising a comeback, and I've got a bad feeling about this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I've got an uneasy sensation in the pit of my stomach.
Did you eat Taco Bell earlier?
That might be it. It's a distinct possibility. So, I thought this was really interesting because this was one where, until it came up on the show, I had not realized that the version that I thought was the original was not the original.
I assume a lot of our viewers are probably thinking the same.
Yeah,
thing.
this is a new one to me, and you can thank Dana from the Permanently Geek staff for adding this one into the hoppa.
Thanks, Dana.
Yeah, and throwing us for a loop here. So the Gloria Jones version, I was impressed at how much the soft cell version took from it, like even from a production standpoint.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the moments like where the main vocal pulled back for the word tease, and the backing vocals just pushed forward for that. The one main element that it lacked, like, of course there were the stylistic differences, like this was the Gloria Jones version was much more of like a Motown-y kind of vibe to it, which worked really well. Like, you know, it had a little bit of that like hit the road jack kind of like, you know, bounce to it, which
it was catchy, it was snappy.
Exactly, it makes you want to just do a little bit of this while listening to it. And the soft cell version was very much like, you know, 80s synth pop styled. they both worked exceptionally well for that style, which is why I had never guessed that the soft cell version was not the original.
I always got like a bit of a soul Motown-y vibe from the soft cell version.
Okay.
Like you, for the longest time I did not know that was a cover. I forget when I figured that out. It was, I don't know, I forget when I figured it out. It was before this though. But I've never actually heard the original version until today.
Mm-hmm. So it was really fun getting to most of the time we've heard both versions of the songs, and like it's just a matter of then weighing the merits of the two of them. In this case, it really was like, I have no idea what to expect with this.
Right.
And I was very pleasantly surprised. I liked the fact that the Gloria Jones version, it was a little more up tempo, and it had that really nice bounce to it. Like it made you want to nod your head, snap your fingers, and the only thing it lacked was it didn't make you want to pump your fist.
Yeah, there was
at
no
those
fist
points.
pumping in that.
That was what was I would say that's the primary thing that the soft cell version added, was that bum bum run away. So yeah, this was a tough decision, especially coming like entirely fresh to the original version.
Yeah, like the original version, there was even when we were listening to it, there was a lot of this going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's got that perfect like head nod to it. And it's interesting though. So the difference between a male singer and a female singer, it's always interesting to see how different lyrics come across differently. And there's something about a woman saying the words "Don't touch me, please," that hits me. No, I'm serious. Like I'm not trying to make a joke about that, but like there's something very different about those words to my ears coming from a woman as opposed to coming from a man. Like, "Don't touch me, please." It's I don't know. It was interesting how that.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that while listening to it.
Well, shall we reveal what we thought were the better versions?
Let's go with the great reveal here.
All right. 3,
2,
1. And another disagreement.
Look at
that. He didn't break the camera. We're good. So you preferred the cover version.
I did.
So what was it that you liked better about it?
So I'm much more familiar with the cover version.
Of course.
We've discovered this on a previous episode. I believe there's a graphic.
Are we about to put the graphic up again?
I think we should put the graphic
up
again. Let's put it up right now.
Kevin loves the 80s.
Kevin does love the 80s.
Presented by VH1.
Yes.
All right, that's fair.
So
that's
yeah,
fair.
Kevin loves the 80s. I really liked listening to the original version, but I think you might have mentioned it earlier in the episode that it had that kind of soul Motown-y vibe that like, while I like Motown, I really do. There's not a whole lot of variation in it. Like to me,
you're absolutely right. There is something very samey about Motown production of that era, which is probably because for the most part it's the same backing vocalist, it's the same like instrumentalist, it's the same band playing all of them.
The
it's
same
just
guy writing all.
Yeah,
of them.
exactly. It's just a different lead singer in each case.
So the original song, I like it. It sounds cool, but it sounds like another Motown song to me.
That's fair.
The soft cell version of it sounds incredibly unique, especially when compared to. When compared to the original vibe of like Motown and soul, of like the style of song it is, that song stands out as something a little bit different. And then when you also compare it to the rest of the new wave and 80s synth pop that was out at the time, this actually still sounds pretty different from that.
It does stand apart even from it does stand apart even from its contemporaries in that style. I will give you that. One thing I liked about the soft cell version as well is that while the one lyric about "Don't touch me, please" affected me differently, the like idea of Tainted Love, there was something about the soft cell vocal delivery that did have that uneasy, like I don't want to say abusive relationship, but abusive relationship vibe to it. That like, this guy's got something that he's dealing with that's not healthy emotionally, which I thought was, Maybe that was the feeling in the pit of my stomach. Maybe
Could be.
or the Taco Bell. Either one's a possibility.
But I love the sonic treatment that the cover song got. Like
Okay.
all of the different things going on in it. Like you have the little like high pitched the boop boops and the dun duns
Boop,
and
boop. The boop boops and the dun duns. No, there again that goes to the uniqueness even among its contemporaries as
Right.
far as the sound goes. So all right, I'll buy that. I will accept your choice of the cover is the better. I'm
Okay.
not changing mine, but
and so you what's your reasoning then?
it was a fresh take on it. I won't lie. While I feel like the soft cell version is unique and interesting, I don't really like it. Like it's never been a favorite song of mine. Like
All right.
as far as 80s songs go, Tainted Love was never one that was in my favorites. It just never did much for me, and so I really enjoyed the sort of head boppy version.
They're all in my favorites.
If this were MySpace, all of the 80s songs would be in your...
all of them, yeah.
Top 8 isn't enough.
Nope.
So shall we reveal what one another picked for these?
All right, here we go.
All right, let's see what you thought I'd like.
Damn
it. Wait a second. Let me. Okay. All right. This wasn't what I wrote. You tried switching things on me earlier. I wanted to make sure.
I did, yeah.
So Kevin thought that I would pick Soft Cell because of the fist pumping, which is
And
incorrect.
Michael thought that I would pick Soft Cell because fist pumpy moments.
So essentially the exact same reasoning.
Yeah, solid reasoning.
Except one of us was correct, and
Yeah, that's true.
and the other was not.
Yeah. I guess I just appreciate fist pumping more than you do.
It has its merits, but it's not everything.
It is everything. It's the only thing.
So that puts the scores at this point. I'm having trouble keeping track. 14-8. 6-point lead going here, folks, and still gaining.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No.
That I'm glad that feeling in the pit of my stomach was just Taco Bell and not foreboding. So thank you guys so much for joining us on this excellent episode of Uncovered.
I think we just lost Taco Bell as a sponsor. Thanks.
Oh, that's a shame. Maybe Chipotle will step into that void. Fingers crossed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe to Permanently Geek. There are all kinds of other shows on there in addition to Uncovered. And we will see you next time. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Conaway?
Sure.
All right.
A 1,
A 2.
a 3.